Hey everybody, it's Angie from Color Tree Creations. I've got a super quick project I hope for you guys. I've recorded it and realized that it wasn't working out. The recording wasn't. I'm trying two cameras, one on each side here above me. Kodak, Samsung. Not Samsung. Amazon Fire Phone. And what I'm trying to do is make some of these. This is all I have left. This one, I spilt some stuff on it and it's icky. And this one here, when my sister and I were doing a, what do you call it? A journal. I was selling journals and we were at a craft fair. We had a booth that we shared. Anyway, so I had things set out, and somehow some sun, even though we were in a covered tent, bleached that one out. So the only one I have that is worth anything is that one there. And I am trying to get these made. They are 6 inches tall, 4.5 wide, 2 signatures of 6 sheets each. So 6, 12, 18, and then 24. 24 sheets of paper in there. Super easy to do. Cut your pages, or cut your cardstock in half. I had a 12-inch piece of cardstock originally. I cut it in half. So this was like this. Cut it in half at 6 inches or ish. As you can see, my cuts did not make the cut. But that's okay. So, nobody's gonna be crying about that. You will need glue, possibly, or ink and stamps, depending on what you want to put on your front. You can put whatever. I'm going to be putting this image of this lovely girl on this one, and I am leaving this one plain because it is already embellished pretty good. The inside, this is Tales of You and Me by Prima. I rounded the corners with a corner rounder. The pages are just copy paper, just plain copy paper. Whatever you have on hand, or if you want to do drawing paper, whatever. Fold it in half. Cut it down the center, and then once you get it cut down the center, you will have 2 sheets which you can fold. So 6 pieces of paper is what it takes to make one of these journals. Before I sew the signatures in, I'm going to, as soon as I find my ink, there it is. I'm using Tim Holtz Distress Permanent Mixed Media ink palette. I got this off eBay for like 11 or 12 bucks last year or the year before, don't ask me. I'm using the Vintage Photo to ink around. To give it a little bit of a vintagey look. Both of I'm making these, and I'm kind of doing it in a hurry because I sold a couple of journals, and when I sell a journal, I like to include a little gift, whether it be ephemera or a little pocket journal, and they could turn around and gift it as a small gift for someone or whatever they want to do with it. Throw it in their pocket. I keep one in my purse. Oh, I hate this stamp, or this thing sometimes, not stamp. Alright, well, let's fold it over, I guess. This punch. Sometimes it works great, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I have to go get my envelope punch board and use the corner rounder on it. I know this is icky looking and it does come apart, but it's cheap. For $1, I get like 75 of them from the Dollar Tree or the dollar store, depending on where I'm at when I decide I'm going to buy some more. I'm just trying to cover up the white edges on this photo. This is a Tsunami Rose printable from one of her digital ephemera kits. And I'm just going to put it on there. Cut a cattywampus. Nothing super fancy. I love the Victorian era and stuff, but I could have never lived in that time with all the stays and the corsets, and which are very similar, yes I know, but I love learning about that time period, but I am so unfancy. Fancy is not my name. Wipe that little bit of glue off. Paper towel, or in this case, a dried out wipe. I brought a container of wipes down here, and I'm sorry, I about knocked the thing over. Just about forgot about them, and then whenever I finally got them out and decided to use them, they were all dried out. This is just a very large sewing needle. It's not a what do you call those, upholstery needle or a yarn needle. I have some of them because I do knit and crochet, but I'm going to sit here and fiddle with this until I get angry at it, or I'll switch ends. And then if that doesn't work, I will cut off the offending frayed thread. And if that doesn't work, by golly, I'll show you the cheat. Take yourself a piece of thread. In this case, it happened to be the stuff that I've got laying here. And that one is starting to fray. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. You put it through the needle, the eye of the needle, if you could get all of it. That's not going to work either. So let's get a piece of real thread. This is the hardest part of the whole darn thing. The whole kit and caboodle right here. Threading this needle. Alright. Now, I just pull it through. See? Alright. I had somebody ask me if I have an awl. I do have an awl. I don't like using it. I feel like I make the holes way too big, because this awl does not. I think it's a leather piercing awl, though, not a paper piercing awl. I had to do with what I have. Now this says that it is for a 2 by 6 3/4 journal, but I'm just going to line the bottom up there. Take my thumbtack and pierce my 3 holes into, yeah, see it? 1, 2, 3. Alright. Now I'm going to open this puppy up a little bit. I'm going to see where I want my journal to fall. And then remember, this came there. So let's not put that there. I'm just going to go through. Now I do sometimes put this in a book as a kind of cradle, And then sometimes I don't. Sometimes I take a paper clip. Sometimes I don't. It just depends on how fretty I feel, you know, how much I'm going to fret over it if I don't do it the exact right way. And then I just come here and I'm going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Sometimes you gotta fiddle with it because it's not going to be perfectly aligned if you don't do all the measuring. I hope I'm in frame. If not, I guess this video won't make it to YouTube. Alright, let's give myself a little slack. Sometimes I put a little butterfly or little cutout, little flower punch or something on the ends of these. Sometimes I don't. Just depends on what I feel like. Alright. You want to come back up through here and try not to stick your needle into your thread and split it, because that weakens it some. I mean, it's not like it's gonna fall apart in the next 2 days or whatever, but you know. Alright, and then I triple knot. I make sure it's not too loose, but I don't want it too tight either, as the only thing that is holding this in is just thread between papers, because it will rip your papers if you're not too careful. But I'm going to leave these strings dangle, and then I'm going to weigh it down. Whoops, hit that thing again, didn't I? For just a minute. And then this is how I was talking about. Keep that there so that it will. Alright, and then I'm going to put this here. I want to measure this by putting my, I want to keep my signatures straight. So I'm just using that as a guideline. And then, was it the second? Yeah. The second little notch. And you don't have to use a thumbtack. Sometimes you can just use your needle if it's a sharp one. But yeah, when I made these last year, or for last year, for the Azalea Festival that I like to do, and I just go through the same holes. This is just a little book. It's not piece of fuzz. Anyway, when I did these for the Azalea Festival, I made like 50 of them. I only sold, I want to say 10. So I've been giving them away as thank you gifts for my Etsy customers. This open and go through there. I'll put this on the other side of the center thread, and then I tie a square knot, and then one more knot. Cut it about there, and like I said, you could put something to dangle on them. You could put a couple, if I would have left it longer, I could have put a couple beads on each one, some small beads. And what I will do is I will leave this sit for a little while with something heavy on it, like this jar of buttons or a book or something, and then it will lay nice and flat like the rest. But there you go, 24-page mini journal in just a few minutes. That's all I got. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.